Hi, this is Albert, and this is going to be my first video recording of chess game. Let's just get it started because this is my first video. The application I'm using is King Real Chess, which is a free multiplayer game, and I'm just gonna open it here. It's actually a very good application because you basically can play with everyone in the world. And I'm just going to open the replay list of all my games, and I'm going to pick one of those game, which is which one, okay, let's just pick this one. When I'm fighting against somebody from Indonesia, Syamsul. Sorry for the ad, I just have to close this. Okay, let's just have a look at this. It is still loading. Meanwhile, in the background, probably you can hear some sound from the other laptop. Sorry, from the other mobile phone. So this game, I'm not really sure who won or what tactic I used, but let's just have a look. Firstly, e4, and then d6. This is just an opening. I use Sicilian opening, and then knight f3, and then black goes with knight c6, and then this is my favorite opening, which is opening c file immediately because I would like to make a fianchetto of my bishop. And then the black replies with e5, which is very normal, and then knight c3. Of course, this is normal. Everything is normal until suddenly bishop g4, trying to uh, attack my queen by undermining my knight. Okay, this is how I reply, which is h3, trying to kick the bishop away from that square. However, bishop takes f3, and then I just take with g takes f3, and then the knight is moved to the center square, which is d4, trying to attack the square at f3, and then trying to make an outpost in the middle. But then I just fianchetto my bishop, trying to make the black diagonal into my possession. Black starts to continue the attack by moving to the knight to h5, and I open the center black diagonal by moving my knight to b5. Well, actually, this is actually attacking the bishop at, sorry, the knight at d4. Knight takes my knight, which just moved to b5, and then my pawn just takes it back. And then black moves the knight to f4, which is trying to regain the control and the center square using the knight. But I just move my rook to g1, which is the column G is actually now open, because my pawn has just moved to take the other pawn. Now black's trying to castle, moving the bishop to e7, and I just move my queen to c2, trying to conquer or trying to occupy the other open file, which is open c file. Now black moves bishop to f6, trying to counter my bishop at b2, which is trying to occupy the black main diagonal. and I do a long castling, which is just trying to be more aggressive here instead of doing instead of black, which is moving to the short castling. And then I move my king to b1 because I don't want my king to be involved in the open file c file. Now this is a6 and it's trying to attack my my free pawn in the back. What I did is I didn't take because it's protected by bishop at f1, and I move the pawn to from d2 to d4, just trying to open up the center diagonal. Now bishop sorry, so let me just okay, what happened before was a6 takes b5, and then what I did is didn't respond to it immediately, but I just opened the diagonal in the middle by d takes e5 to annoy the bishop. The bishop moves from f to g5 to protect the knight, and you know, it's actually just an escaping move. And I try to attack the knight as well now, because there is no piece protecting the knight at the moment, and I'm just trying to attack the bishop at the behind it as well, because there is my rook guarding the bishop there. The queen moves from d to e7. I guess it's just trying to release the tension at the file, but then what I did was just took it. So e takes d6. Of course the reply is c takes d6, and I was just trying to exchange pieces here. So c takes f4, and then bishop takes f4 back. And you can see from this position that there is a direct attack to the pawn at g7 in front of black king, which is actually a pretty dangerous thing to have, because this is starting to enter the endgame, and then this is going to be a weakness for black, because black is not able at the end of the game to protect the pawn in front of the king. So the next move is I just took the pawn at bishop takes b5, because it's already vulnerable before, and I just take it at the end of the move. Then now queen goes to e5, trying to attack the bishop. I just move my bishop back to one square to c4, because I don't want my bishop to be taken by the queen. Now next move is rook f goes to c8, and then it's actually trying to pin my bishop, because if my bishop moves then my queen will be taken. However, I just respond by attacking directly the queen, which is rook goes to d5. Now the queen is under attack, and the queen just moved back to e7, which is actually there's nothing wrong with that, but the next move is going to be determining who loses and who wins, because I am trying to attack the bishop at f4, which is by moving my rook to f5. Bishop just goes back, and here it goes. The rook takes f7, and then from this position it is actually a very dangerous one, because the king is actually behind the rook and is actually under attack if I move my rook, and then at the same time I'm actually threatening the queen as well. So black responds with a very fatal or bad decision, which is queen just goes back to e8. Now I can just easily move my rook and then goes check, double check. So the rook moves to g7, and then what can black do? Black cannot do anything much because the king has to move, is double check. So black decided to move to h8, and then what happens from here is just um, just waiting to be checkmated, because next move is I just move my rook to b7, and then it's actually very vulnerable for black now to do anything or to defend. It's actually very hard because I will double my rook there, and also it's very hard for black to actually save the king at h8, which is the corner of the board. So what black tries to do is it takes rook takes the bishop at c4, and then I just replied very not in a rush, so just take it back with the pawn, and then the queen tries to protect or actually tries to attack the pawn at f3, or h3, just trying to make any slight advantage, but uh, it's actually a bit useless because what I did was moving this f3 to f4, just trying to occupy that square, trying to move that bishop in the middle, and after that I will attack the other part of which is h7. So if the bishop takes, I will just move my pawn to the front, which is e4 to e5, and then suddenly it cannot be stopped anymore because it's open, and then there is my queen and also the rook that can take h7, which is in front of the king, and it's actually very dangerous. As you can see from here, black actually do not know this trap, and then it just took the pawn sacrifice. So what I did was I just go to the front, and then because the bishop moves, and all of a sudden black cannot do anything because it has just lost the defender of the main diagonal also. Probably it's a good lesson for black to keep defending the main diagonal whatever it takes, because now it cannot do anything. Now next move is actually pretty silly because what black did was moving h7 to h6, and then it's actually reducing the defense that it has, because queen is not involved anymore in this. So what I did was moving from e4 to e5, bringing the queen together to this attack, and black cannot do anything because the next one is going to be checkmate. Okay, that's the end of the recording, and then see how it goes.